Hi, welcome back to computer programming. In the previous video, we talked about how pointers work, and in this video we want to talk about how pointers work with assignment. All right, so we have a sample code here, and we are going to walk through this code and see what actually happened in our memory. Okay, for example, let's take at line 1 here. What happened at this line 1? Int a equals to 5. We are just going to create a variable, call it a. This is a variable of type int when we assign a value of 5 to our variable. Let's say our variable here has an address of 100. Let's just keep the address simple. Okay. So next is line 2. We create another variable of type int pointer and we call it PA. And for PA, we assign this ampersand A will give us a value of 100, the address of A. So now PA will contain the value 100 and it will make PA pointing to A. Okay, so next line 4, int B equals to 10. This one will create another new object. We call it B and we assign a value of 10 to B. Done with line 4, moving on to line 5. PA equals to ampersand B. So let's say B now carry the address of 200. It's located at the address of 200. So what will happen here is ampersand B will give us the address of B, which is 200. So we are going to assign the address 200 to PA. So now PA will be replaced by the value of 200. So that will make PA no longer pointing to A because it's no longer contain the value of 100. Now it contains the address of B, so it will be pointing to B at after this particular line here. Alrighty, so next at line 7, now we said that A should be equal to asterisk PA. Remember, asterisk is dereferencing a pointer. So asterisk PA should give us back the object that PA is pointing to. What is the object PA is pointing to? PA is pointing to B. So it will give us back B. And what is B? B is 10. So what we want to do now? 10, we assign it to A. So that's why now we are going to replace 5 with 10. Alright? So after we are done with line 7, we are going to move on to line 9. At line 9, we say that now we are going to have a new object, a pointer object again, and we call this object PC. So I put here PC. Okay, and this is going to be an int pointer. So now this int pointer, we want it to point, we are not pointing it anywhere yet. We just create a new object. So now the value inside int pointer could be anything. It's a random value. So now next line, line 10 here, we are creating a new object. So we are creating an object and we call it C and we store a value of 14 to C. Done with line 10, we move on to line 11. Now, we say that we should assign the address of C. What is the address of C? Let's say address of C is 300 here. So this one will ampersand C will give us the address of C, which is 300, and we are going to put this to PC. So now PC going to have a value. We initialize it with the value with the address of C, which is 300. So now since PC contains the address of C, it is pointing to C. Okay, so this is the final look of our somewhat this is what it's going to look like in our memory, where at the end of the day PA is now pointing to B and PC is pointing to C. Value of A now is 10 and that's it. Alright, okay, so before I move to where we assign pointer to another pointer, I want to talk about the importance of pointer data type. Alright, so for example here, let's just erase this all. And let's start all over again. So now we want to talk about pointer type. Okay, so for example, we are back to int a. We are just going to have that. Going to draw this again. Okay, I'm going to be quick now. A equals to 5. Then we have another one. PA. I'm going to skip the address thingy because now, since you know already what this means, it means that PA should be pointing to A. So I just draw it straight away like that. PA is now pointing to A. Now, let's say that we have another, remember this is a type int. And this is a type int pointer. Okay. So let's say we have another variable here called k. We declare it as a double data type. So double k equals to 12.8 maybe. Alright. So what's going to happen in your memory now? We are going to create a new object. We call it k. This is a type double, and we store the value of 12.8. So now let's say suddenly you want to point PA to K. So we need the address of K. Alright. So will that make PA to point to K? No. This cannot happen. It will give you compile error. Why is that so? Because an int pointer can only point to int. It cannot point to double. It needs to point to the same pointer data type. Alright, so if this is an int pointer, it needs to point to an int as well. So if you have a double object and you want a pointer to point to this double object, what do? What you need to do? You need to create a double pointer, correct? So what we need to do is we need to create a new pointer. We call it double pointer. Remember the asterisk? So we call this PK. So now we have a new object here. We call it PK, and this is now a double pointer. So this double pointer, it can point to a double object. So this is compilable. Now now PK is pointing to K. Alright. Alright. So I hope that that is clear. So, but of course, if you still have any questions or doubts, please do not hesitate to leave your to leave your questions in the comment section below. Alright, until then, bye.